Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this beautiful, comprehensive, real-time crime center that we call the Regional Investigative Operations Center, or RIOC. My name is Amy Young with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and it is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you as we invite you in to see firsthand your Regional Investigative Operations Center, because it truly is for all of us in the name of public safety. Before I acknowledge some of the key people responsible for the RIOC's success and introduce our speakers, we'd like to show you exactly what the Regional Investigative Operations Center is, its capabilities, present and future. The video, please.
We named it the RIOC, the Regional Investigative Operations Center. This can really be a hub to share that technology, to share the information in real time.
We have information that investigators have, we have information that cops on patrol have, and it takes all that and puts it in one location. This is that force multiplier we've been dreaming about.
Every real-time crime center is a little bit different. You need to build your center, and you need to run it so that it accomplishes your goals. So our center looks a little bit different than others. It's larger. We have room to accommodate a large-scale investigation within this center. For instance, an abducted child, serial pattern crimes, anything of that sort. We can accommodate representatives from each of the regional agencies so that we're working on this as a team. License plate readers for the streets, cameras for security areas, body-worn cameras that deputies wear, in-car cameras that go on the dashboards of patrol cars. All of those cameras have the ability to feed live video into us here at the Operations Center.
All that's at our fingertips now. All that's right here at the RIOC and given to investigators almost real time. How that will help solve those crimes or even capture the bad guys is very proactive. I mean, that's what we're looking to, leaning forward with this, all this information, not being reactive.
So whether this is crime that's occurring in the community, whether it's a threat of mass violence, whether it's a blizzard that hits our community, a flood, any sort of threat against our community and the public safety can be addressed here. This brings everybody together and shares that information so we can work together as one team. Any sort of widespread emergency in multiple locations across the county or an event that takes place that draws a large crowd, we need a place to manage that, and we need a place to run it from that's already set up with this technology, and that's another reason why we structured this center as we did, to truly be a regional resource.
We very much have a lot of internal practices, but the RIOC, what that does is even open up more opportunities. That is life-saving technology, especially when you're dealing with situations where time is of the absolute essence. They can also work collaboratively with our monitoring center operators to gain information on what is actually occurring in the building or on our property.
A resource that nobody in the county has ever been able to experience before. Being here at the RIOC is going to allow us to effectively data mine through the open source social media platforms that exist and hopefully be able to see those threats before they actually happen. And the community is ultimately going to be safer when we're able to triage all of that information and all of that data to help break down those silos that exist and hopefully try to move people off the pathway to violence.
And now having all that information at the fingertips is going to increase the speed of solving crimes and also help prevent crimes. It changes the whole paradigm of policing.
This facility is the here and now and the future of public safety in our region. We certainly have many people and organizations to thank as we launch this center, a vision 5 years in the making, realized today. Congratulations to everyone who had a hand in the vision, the creation, the development, the build-out, and the continuous support that is necessary for this regional center's success. Thank you to Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter, Monroe County Under Sheriff Corey Brown, Monroe County Chief Deputy Michael Fowler, Monroe County Executive Adam Bello, U.S. Congressman Joseph Morelli, U.S. Senator Charles Schumer, the United States Department of Justice, New York State Governor Kathy Hochul, and New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services Executive Deputy Commissioner Joseph Popkin, members of the Monroe County Legislature, to include President Eversha Roman, and Chair of the Public Safety Committee, Legislator Dave Long, legislators Michael Udelson and Stephen Brew, New York State Senator Jeremy Cooney, New York State Assembly members Harry Bronson and Josh Jensen. We would also like to mention those who are here to support our efforts. Rochester Mayor Malik Evans, Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce CEO Robert Duffy, Empire State Development Senior Vice President for Economic Development Vincent Esposito, our law enforcement partners, regional sheriffs and sheriff's offices, Genesee County Sheriff Joseph Graff, Livingston County Sheriff Thomas Doherty, Ontario County Sheriff David Cirencione, Orleans County Sheriff Christopher Bork, and Wayne County Sheriff Robert Milby. Our local police chiefs and police departments, Rochester Police Chief David Smith, Brighton Police Chief David Cathaldi, Brockport Police Chief Paul Wheat, East Rochester Police Chief Michael Brandenburg, Fairport Police Chief Matthew Weber, Gates Police Chief Robert Long, Greece Police Chief Michael Wood, Irondequoit Police Chief Scott Peters, Ogden Police Chief Travis Gray, and Webster Police Chief Dennis Kohlmeyer. Monroe County Public Safety under the direction of Richard Tantillo, the Monroe County District Attorney's Office and DA Brian Green, Monroe Crime Analysis Center or MCAC, our local fire and EMS agencies, the U.S. Marshals Service, the Drug Enforcement Administration, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services, our local school district partners, local college and university partners, public safety departments and directors at our area hospitals and universities, our loss prevention partners at area retailers, and the Rochester Threat Advisory Committee, or ROCTAC, and our ROCTAC partners. We would also like to recognize members of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office who were essential to the project development. Captain Frederick Bancroft, Lieutenant Christopher Reynolds, Lieutenant Andrew Shorkey, Jennifer Curley, Investigator Sergeant Jeffrey Brannigan, Deputy Michael Favada, Assistant Fire Coordinator Derek Hardy, Retired Sergeant Gregory Wildman, and so many others that we are unable to recognize today. You know who you are, and we appreciate your support. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. The Regional Investigation Operations Center, a game changer in our region, a major step forward to protect and serve our community, our sworn oath. We started this about 5 years ago with a multi-jurisdictional command post in the back of our minds. What do we do when we have a horrific crime that multiple law enforcement agencies get together, and that evolved into the Regional Investigation Operations Center. If you think about this place, we started with a vision. We handed that vision off to key leaders, including Chief Deputy Michael Fowler, and from that vision, it creates a Regional Investigation Operations Center, state-of-the-art, forward-leaning, nothing like this in Western New York, and we're so proud of that. This is what happens when you unleash that power, and today we have the Real-Time Crime Center. We have public safety. It's always been a team effort in Monroe County, but there hasn't been one spot for us to play team sports together. This brings us together for those operations. Through this, we're merging cutting-edge technology and strong relationships and combining them together. Collaboration with DCJS, our Crime Analysis Center, emergency management, all our law enforcement, local and our federal partners. Direct support from the county executive, DCJS and the governor's office, and Congressman Morelli has made this happen. We cannot do it without these partners. Together, we're going to respond quicker, we're going to be safer, and we're going to take a more proactive approach to law enforcement and community safety here in Monroe County. The RIOC is truly a force multiplier. This is a comprehensive location, one-stop shop. Just want to be clear, people get nervous about this technology. People get nervous about us capturing this information. As we expand our capabilities, our commitment to community privacy and following the laws of our Constitution are very important to us. Technology must enhance, not erode, public trust. And that's exactly what we'll do here at the RIOC. Every tool, every innovative idea in this center is guided by transparency, accountability, and respect for people's privacy. The RIOC stands as a testament to a vision, teamwork in action, and trust earned. Trust by these people to support us, trust by the community to allow us to do these types of law enforcement initiatives. This day is a proud day for this region. As sheriff, it's a very proud day for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. This is cutting-edge, forward-leaning, proactive police work that you're going to see here in the future of Monroe County. And it just makes our safe community a little bit safer. It makes your community a little bit safer. It makes your kids, your families, your loved ones a little bit safer. And I think that's the ultimate goal in public safety, is to make sure we have all the tools at our hands and we're coordinating our efforts to make sure this community is as safe as possible. And I'm so proud of this team that put this together. Chief Deputy, you and your team knocked it out of the ballpark, and thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Sheriff Baxter. It is now my pleasure to welcome Monroe County Executive Adam Bello.
Thank you, Amy. Good afternoon. It's really great to be with all of you here today to celebrate really the significant step forward and to recognize this significant step forward in strengthening the public safety infrastructure that we have in our county. You know, it was only about 2 years ago that I stood with Sheriff Baxter and the men and women of the Sheriff's Office to announce a historic investment in the department, over $7 million, to make improving public safety in our community a priority. The plan and the investment included the single largest increase in sworn positions in the history of the county's Sheriff's Office, an additional 50 deputies in their ranks, and it also included the creation of the Regional Investigative Operations Center. Today is the culmination of an extraordinary amount of work in planning, coordination, preparation, which is delivering this first-class real-time crime center, a county-wide interagency hub designed to modernize how our law enforcement professionals fight crime together. And so I really want to thank Sheriff Baxter for his leadership, for his vision, and for thinking outside the box about how we can transform law enforcement, safety, in our community to really meet the changing times that we live in, and how you can utilize technology that exists to bring it together with all the various agencies here to make a difference. Under Sheriff Corey Brown, Chief Deputy Fowler, really the entire leadership team at the Sheriff's Office, and all the various partners that went into creating this center here. One of the things that stood out to me, and I think it stood out to all of you, when Amy was acknowledging how many people were here and how many people touched this project. It really is incredible what can be accomplished when you have all these different people working together. And I think that should be a big takeaway, because it's what the RIOC is all about, bringing these agencies together for the good of the community and being that force multiplier. But that's also what happened to make this a reality, is we brought together every level of government and all the departments and all those levels of government to do this. Now, this is more than just an investment in technology, though. This really is an investment in our people. The RIOC is Monroe County's commitment to giving the men and women of our local law enforcement agencies, who work so hard, often with limited tools and growing demands, the resources and support that they need to do their job safely and to do it effectively. So as we face growing threats from people looking to do harm to others, and see increases in multi-jurisdictional crimes that we've seen over the last several years, this state-of-the-art center will bring our law enforcement agencies under that one roof to prevent, disrupt, and solve crimes more effectively and more efficiently. Modeled after successful operations in other communities, the RIOC will enhance communication, coordination, and collaboration among all of our local law enforcement partners, tearing down those silos that keep people apart. Because the reality is simple: crime doesn't stop at municipal borders, and neither should our response to it. The RIOC is a shining example of what can be done when you make smart investments to transform public safety, to take an innovative approach to gathering data, technology, and expertise across the multiple agencies. Now, this tool will empower first responders, helping them work in coordination, police, fire, EMS, gives everyone the ability to respond faster, work smarter, and make better informed decisions when seconds make a difference. And on top of all of this, the RIOC will help us achieve some of our most basic goals. The most basic goal of government is for safer neighborhoods and a quality of life. When first responders have the tools they need, they can track emerging threats, coordinate across jurisdictions, and share that real-time intelligence. At the end of the day, my job, the job of the county sheriff, and the job of the men and women in law enforcement, and I do want to stop for a second. I want to thank the men and women in law enforcement from all over the county, from every agency we serve. We owe them a debt of gratitude for the work that they do around the clock. Especially, I was thinking about them last week at Thanksgiving. We're having dinner with our families, and the men and women in law enforcement are out there patrolling the streets. We have the holiday season coming up, and when so many of us are going to be in the comfort of our own homes, spending time with our families, they'll be giving up time with their families to serve this community, and I want to thank them for that. Every person in Monroe County deserves to be safe in their home, in their neighborhood, in their daily life, and that's what today's about. It's about our families. It's about parents who want kids to walk to school safely. It's about seniors who deserve to feel secure in their home, and it's about every resident who wants to live in a community where their protectors, where law enforcement has the capacity and the capability, the technology, the resources to keep them safe. So again, thank you to the dedicated professionals, our deputies, analysts, command staff, who work so hard to bring the RIOC to life every day. Your expertise and dedication are the reason this investment really matters. Your work is opening the doors to a safer, stronger Monroe County, where our investment in people, in resources, and in modern day tools pays dividends for families in every neighborhood in our community. Thank you, and congratulations, Sheriff Baxter.
Thank you, County Executive Bello. Next, I would like to welcome New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services Executive Deputy Commissioner, Mr. Joseph Popkin.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm honored to be here on behalf of Governor Kathy Hochul and Commissioner Rosanna Rosado of the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services. And I'm tremendously happy to be here with my friend Sheriff Baxter as we celebrate this milestone. I want to begin by thanking the Sheriff for the invitation and for his leadership in making this center a reality. In government, we are never short of ideas. Everyone has a vision for how to improve public safety. Everyone has a theory about what might work. Ideas are abundant, but what's more rare is execution. What's rare is the discipline, the persistence, and the partnership required to turn an idea into an action, or more specifically, this building. And that is exactly what we're celebrating today. The Regional Investigative Operations Center represents something more than a facility. It represents what happens when committed leaders start doing the hard work of making it happen for the people that live in Monroe County and the greater region. Sheriff Baxter saw an opportunity to transform how law enforcement operates in this region. County Executive Bello made a historic investment in this vision. Congressman Morelli, Senator Schumer secured critical federal resources, and the Division of Criminal Justice Services was proud to partner in this effort through our Law Enforcement Technology Equipment Grant, which provided $11 million to help bring this center online and provide other critical resources. That's how ideas become actions, through partnership, through shared commitment, and through the understanding that no single agency can address today's public safety challenges alone. Now, many of you know that DCJS has been working with law enforcement agencies across New York to establish our crime analysis centers. The Monroe Crime Analysis Center has been operating here, providing investigative support and analyzing crime patterns and generating actionable intelligence that partners across the region have been using to drive successful operations. But what the RIOC does is bring that capability to an entirely new level. It tightens the connection between analysis and action, ensuring that the intelligence being produced can move even more quickly, seamlessly, and consistently to the people in the field. The Crime Analysis Center develops the intelligence. The RIOC turns that intelligence into real-time operations and enforcement response. One identifies the pattern, the other puts officers in positions to act on them. One tells you where the crime is happening, the other gets that information to the deputy or officer who needs it, when they need it, and where they need it. This is what professional policing looks like in the 21st century. Not agencies working in isolation, but a fully integrated system where analysis drives action and technology multiplies the effectiveness of every officer in the field. And I want to be clear about something. This model works. Across our gun-involved violence elimination, or GIV jurisdictions outside of New York City, we've seen a 60% decrease in shootings compared to where we were just 4 years ago. 60%. That's not an accident. That is the result of sustained investment, strategic coordination, and the hard work of law enforcement professionals across this state and in this room. So thank you. None of this happens without leadership at the state level. Governor Kathy Hochul has made public safety a top priority, and she has backed that commitment with record resources for law enforcement across New York. From technology investments to training initiatives to the Crime Analysis Center infrastructure we're discussing today, the governor has ensured that agencies have what they need to protect their communities. I also want to recognize our partners in the state legislature, whose support has been essential in securing those investments and advancing public safety across every region of the state. And I want to acknowledge the critical partnerships that make this work possible on the ground. The New York State Police, the Rochester Police Department, and all of the agencies that Amy did a better job naming than I would ever. These are the people who are working every day to make our communities not only safer, but stronger. The RIOC is going to help them strengthen all of those partnerships by giving everyone access to the same intelligence, the same situational awareness, the same ability, the same facility, the same room to act decisively when it matters most. To the residents of Monroe County and this region, this investment is for you. It is designed to prevent violence before it occurs, to solve crimes faster when they do, and to bring your loved ones home safely. Sheriff Baxter, congratulations on a significant achievement. Monroe County, you should be proud of what you've built here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Popkin. I would now like to introduce Monroe County Sheriff's Office Lieutenant Christopher Reynolds, the command officer here at the RIOC. Lieutenant Reynolds will share with us some of the RIOC's capabilities. Lieutenant Reynolds.
Thank you, Amy. And thank you all for coming out and showing your many forms of support for Monroe County's Regional Investigative Operations Center. As public safety progresses into the 21st century, we're recognizing the need to integrate technology to increase the speed of investigations, to improve first responder safety, and ultimately to better serve the public. Our team here developed and recorded a short training video to showcase some of the center's real-time capabilities. What you'll see is a scenario involving a missing person. It's a type of incident our patrol deputies respond to all the time. So please enjoy their hard work, and thank you again for your support.
In late fall, patrols respond to a call for a missing female who is believed to be in danger. As a deputy is patrolling a nearby park, he receives a license plate reader hit on a vehicle that is flagged as being associated with the missing person.
673, dispatch.
673, go ahead.
Show me a towpath lane with King Yankee David, 8599. I just got a missing person hit on it. 673, the vehicle's unoccupied. Oh, we'll be checking the area.
DRT2, I copy.
As in-car cameras, body cameras, and drone feeds are activated, personnel at the Regional Investigative Operations Center have the ability to view these feeds in real time to assist with the investigation and provide situational awareness.
DRT2, drone zone.
And just to confirm, we're looking for a white female, dark hair, approximately 5'5".
10-4. We're sending you a picture of her now. DRT2. I believe I have that female here. She's going to be down the walking path here. And on the left side, maybe about 500 or 600 feet down the path.
Copy, do you see me?
Copy, I see you. Just keep walking straight down that path there. It's about 100 feet up on your left.
Car copies.
Can you just call for her from a distance?
Jane? Jane, come here. Can you show me your hands, please? All right. You okay? All right, why don't you just walk towards me, okay? Just carefully, all right? In the 673, I located the female. We're going to be bringing her back to staging.
With the assistance of technology, the RIOC acts as a real-time crime center by taking the tools and information available to deputies in the field and merging them for immediate viewing and analysis by RIOC staff. This rapid retrieval of information eases some of the multitasking deputies must engage in on a day-to-day basis and allows for a focus on officer safety, increased speed of investigations, and the safety of the community.
Very impressive. I hope you agree. And a round of applause for Lieutenant Reynolds and your team. And now the moment that we have been waiting for. Would Sheriff Baxter, County Executive Bello, and Mr. Popkin with DCJS please come forward to officially open the RIOC? And please note that they are cutting crime scene tape, symbolic of cutting crime. If you are ready, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations. The Regional Investigative Operations Center is now live. Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you, everyone, for coming. We do appreciate your continuous support of this remarkable center. Members of the RIOC will be available for further questions and explanations throughout the afternoon, so we also invite you to socialize and enjoy some refreshments in our lobby. To the media, we'll go back here in about 20 minutes to offer an on-camera opportunity. Thank you all again for being with us today.